Hi, I'm Rain. Forgive me if this intro sounds cardboardy. I've recorded this for what feels like 1,000 times. I'm just very anxious about how this all goes. But anyway, what you will be seeing is my final project for a class called Acting for the Camera. However, it also doubles as a prototype for a channel idea I had that is surrounded in religion and spirituality. And with the religion side, we introduced you to the gods and goddesses and other deities, and then from there, voice act their stories like the one here. Now, I want to preface that this is not my story, and it's not actually a story in mythology. It's a story found on Tumblr, written by Tumblr user prismatic something. I say the name later on in the video. But it's really amazing, and I really love it, and I want to share it with all of you. I also want to preface that if this idea springs into a whole channel, the art will be not just my sketches, it'll be commissioned, fully fledged art, and we will also have commissioned music and voice actors, kind of like the people in this video, to help bring everything to life. With all that said, please enjoy the video, and thank you for listening to my rambling. Hope you enjoy.
The post that prompted our story is from Tumblr user Writing Prompt S. They write, "Valhalla does not discriminate against the kind of fight you lost. Did you lose the battle with cancer? Maybe you died in a fist fight. Been facing addiction." After taking a deep drink from his flagon, Odin slams his cup down and asks for the glorious tale of your demise. This is Tumblr user prismatic-bell's response. A small child enters Valhalla. The battle they lost was
hiding from an alcoholic father.
Odin sees the flinch when he slams the cup and refrains from doing it again. He hears the child's pain. No glorious battle this, but one of fear and wretched survival. He invites the child to sit with him, offers the choicest mead, and instructs his men to bring a sword and shield, a bow and arrow of the very best materials and appropriate size.
"Here,"
he says,
"you will find no man who dares to harm you. But so you will know your own strength, and be happy all your days in Valhalla, I will teach you to use these weapons."
The sad day comes when another child enters the hall. Odin does not slam his cup. He simply beams with pride as the first child approaches the newcomer and holds out her bow and quiver and says,
"Nobody here will hurt you. Everyone will be so proud you did your best, and I'll teach you to use these, so you always know how strong you are."
A young man enters the hall. He hesitates when Odin asks his story, but at long last it echoes out. Skinheads after the Pride Parade. His partner got into a building and called for help. The police took a little longer than perhaps they really needed to, and 2 of those self-same skinheads are in the hospital now with broken bones that need setting. But 6 against 1 is no fair match. The fear in his face is obvious. Here, among men large enough to break him in two, will he face an eternity of torment for the man he left behind? Odin rumbles with anger, curses the low worms who brought this man to his table, and regales him with tales of Loki so to show him his own welcome.
"A day will come, my friend, when you seek to be reunited, and so you shall,"
Odin tells him.
"To request the aid of your comrades in battle is no shameful thing."
A woman in pink sits near the head of the table. She's very nearly skin and bones, and has no hair. This will not last. Health returns in Valhalla, and joy and light and merrymaking. But now her soul remembers the battle of her life, and it must heal. Odin asks, and asks again, and the words pour out like poisoned water, things she couldn't tell her husband or children. The pain of chemotherapy, the agony of mastectomy, the pain still deeper of...
We found a tumor in your lymph nodes. I'm so sorry.
And at last, the tortured question, what is left of her? Odin raises his flagon high.
What is left of you, fair warrior queen, is a spirit bright as fire, a will as strong as any forged in iron, a life as great as any sea. Your battle was hard fought, and lost in a glory only such horror can bring, and now the pain and fight are behind you.
In the months to come, she becomes a scop of the hall. No demotion, but simple choice. She tells the stories of great healers, Agnes and Tanya, who fought alongside her, and thousands of others who turned from no battle in the belief that one day, the war may be won. The warriors Jesse and Mabel and Jerry and Monique still battle on, the queens and soldiers and great women of yore. The day comes when she calls a familiar name, and another small, scarred woman, eyes sunken and dark, limbs frail, curly black hair shaved so close to her head, looks up and sees her across the hall. Odin descends from his throne, a tall and foaming goblet in his hands, and stuns the hall entire into silence as he kneels before the newcomer, and holds up the goblet between her small, dark hands and bids her to drink.
All Father,
The feasting multitudes cry.
what brings great Odin, spear shaker, ancient one, wand bearer, teacher of gods, to his knees for this lone wolf?
He waves them off with a hand.
This woman, Letitia, destroyer of cancer, from whom the great tumors fly in fear, has fought that greatest battle. She has fought not another body, but her own, traded blows not with other limbs, but with her own flesh, has allowed herself to be pierced with needles and scored with knives, taken poison into her very veins to defeat this enemy. And at long last, it is time for her to put her weapons down. Do you think for a moment this fight is less glorious for being in silence? Her deeds the less for having been aided by others who provided her weapons? She has a place in this great hall. Indeed, the highest place.
And the children perform feats of archery for the entertainment of all. And the women sing as the young man who still awaits his beloved plays a lute, which, after all, is not so different from the guitar he once used to break a man's face in that great final fight. Valhalla is a place of joy, of glory, of great feasting and merrymaking. And it is a place for the soul and mind to heal.
I would like to thank all of the voice actors in my video, Charlotte Stokes, Ryan St. Clair, and, Rigoberto Rivas, as well as my lovely fiance, Aaron Storm, and I narrated it, so I'm not gonna thank myself. I also used music from a channel I'm going to link into the description below. I really liked the song that I picked out, and I'm sure they have more lovely stuff, so check them out. If you enjoyed this, please tell me, because again, like I said, this is a prototype for something that I really want to start. So any comments would be very helpful. And I thank you. Thank you for wasting your time on this video. And may your journey be well.